Welcome back to my market review series where I share my pre market analysis, my trade plans, as well as trade recaps. So, in this video, I'll be going through my trade plan for the British pound against the Australian dollar. And as always, we're going to start by highlighting and marking out previous month's levels, which is the previous month's high, the low, and the mid range. So I'm interested in this range for context in the lower time frames as well as confluence, which will be I'll explain more on in the lower time frames. So I then zoom into the hourly time frame, and I also mark out the range for the previous week. So we have the previous week high marked by this horizontal ray, the previous week's low, and the mid range with this dotted line. So those two ranges are key to my trade strategy, and we are about to see why they're key. So I zoom into the daily, and on the daily time frame is where I look for my points of interest. These are zones where I'm likely to take a trade depending on the price action at that particular level. So right here you see there's a blue rectangle, that zone, and there's also this other zone right here. So these zones originate from um, origins of aggressive moves of the price. So for instance, this particular rectangular zone is as a result of this final buy candle before this sustained downtrend that lasted a few quite some time. So that is a zone where I'm interested in taking trades depending on how price plays out at that particular point. Then on the opposite side, I mark out zones that I'm also interested in if price decides to um, deflect from the upside. So these are zones I'm interested in the price action so as to decide whether I'll cut my shots if I'll be in any shots, or take trades to the upside for a bounce, or um, anticipate for further um, downside by the price. So I've marked out the two zones. So these are zones I perceive as high premium and discount. So on the 4 hourly is where I look for my my reversal signal, market reversal signals. And on this 4 hourly time frame, um, I look for such sell-off, such aggressive sell-off um, on my points of interest. And as can be seen, it is evident that we had a very aggressive sell-off. And the next metric I look for is a break of this structure. So a break of, let me clear the chart just a second. So what I look for is a break of the final low that pushed price to my point of interest. And that low we can see is right here. So this week, price went up, went down, then pushed into our zone. So I want to see this zone broken. I mean, this low broken by price, and that will inform me that the market is changing direction. So we've seen that sell off, and now I'm looking for an entry. And I'm only going to enter the market for shorts if price goes back to the origin of the particular move that broke structure, the move that made me consider that the market is changing direction. So the origin of this move is this particular final buy 4 hourly candle before the sell off. So this means there were a lot of market orders that were executed at this particular level that led to this aggressive sell-off of price. So the only zone I'm waiting, I would be comfortable taking my shots is this particular zone. So price should get back here, give me a chance to fill my orders, and then I'd write this whole move down. So that's my trade plan explained in detail. Um, so I'm waiting for price to push to this zone. Then I look for my internal structure trigger. By internal structure, I mean lower time frames price action, that is in the 15 minutes and the 1 hour. So that will inform me on when to take the trigger and how to place my stop loss. However, this is a rough idea of how my short would look like. I'll make an update if and when I'm triggered into the market, and uh, during the trade, I'll also make an update. If I'm stopped out, I'll also make an update, and if we get to profit, I'll make an update, a trade recap video. So make sure to join my private community on Telegram, where we have I give I analyze charts for members who want charts analyzed, and I also make updates that I'm not able to create videos on. I've linked the Telegram in the description. So that's that.